Welcome back. Now, Sasken is in focus after the company announced yesterday its plans to acquire a 60% stake in Anup Silicon as it complements the company's business and assists in its expansion. To talk about the way forward for the company, we are now joined by Rajiv C Mody, Chairman and Managing Director at Sasken Technologies. Mr. Mody, morning. This is Reema here. Before we get chatting about this acquisition, wanted your quick comment from what Accenture had to say, the guidance cut for FY24. In what way has the demand environment changed in the last 3 months, and how do you expect FY25 to be for the industry and for your company?
Yeah, morning, everyone. Thank you for having us today. We definitely, we are in product engineering services business, and in that space, we definitely are seeing good demand, good growth. And today, frankly speaking, there's a lot of emphasis on the work shifting to India and new product getting introduced, particularly in the automotive market, in the semiconductors market, devices, and satellite communication. So I think those four are growth trajectories that we are really happy about, and we definitely expect to show growth in the coming quarters. So I think I can only comment on the space that we operate in, and that's what we are expecting and experiencing in the market today.
Right, Mr. Mody, good morning. Thank you so much for joining in. Let's get to the acquisition that you have recently made. You've acquired a 60% stake in Anup Silicon for around 38 crore rupees. Can you tell us more about the company that you have just acquired, and how does this complement your business? And what would be the annualized run rate, revenue run rate that you would be looking at through this acquisition?
Yeah, so I think Anup Silicon, of course, is going to get renamed as Sasken Silicon. It's a company founded by Anup Savla. He is an entrepreneur who has built a business creating many analog IPs as well as which have been validated by global foundries. We are seeing a great opportunity for us to really enter into the silicon design space, because it's an inflection point that we are looking at, where system companies are also now starting to focus on designing their own silicon, because the life of silicon and the software is what's going to play out critically in the years to come. So towards that, we thought of investing into this because he brought in business as well as capability, and we bring in a rich set of customers that we can go after immediately. And this is the combination that we believe is going to really drive the growth for Sasken Silicon. The objective of Sasken Silicon is to focus on silicon design, IP-led design, foundry services. So it's going to be a pure play silicon design business that we will focus on. Obviously, I'm sure you've heard also in India, semiconductors is picking pace because everybody has realized that semiconductors is the new oil, and you better have a control over that. So we are equally bullish about that vector, that trajectory also. So keeping all these things in mind, I think we thought of it as an opportunity for us to invest and grow this business, and that is what we expect to do in the coming years.
So just this Sasken Silicon, is this something new? I mean, I missed that part. Or does it have revenues right now, and this Anup Silicon gets integrated into it?
Yeah, so Anup Silicon is a business that has been created by Anup Savla. His business is in there, and we are putting in the monies, and we'll rename it as Sasken Silicon.
Okay.
Is the point I'm making. So there is existing running business. There is existing IPs that are there, which are very valuable analog IPs.
Okay. So what are the revenues of Anup Silicon, which will later be renamed as Sasken Silicon? At least the quarterly annualized run rate?
No, today it's extremely small, but we are working together to build it out. So we expect it to make be generating revenues in the new financial year and show significant growth from there on.
And do you have plans to further acquire the balance 40% stake?
There is no discussion at the present moment. The focus, honestly, is on us to grow the business together. He's an entrepreneur. He's a very seasoned engineer himself. And we work together to ensure that clear focus is on creating value and creating strong business in this entire thing.
And to build your expertise in this particular area, silicon design, the foundry, etc., would you be looking to make some additional investments, not in Anup Silicon, which you've already explained, but is there another acquisition that you could look at, another investment, a partnership, just to complement this entire, proposition of yours?
So everything that we will do in silicon design, we'll all do in Anup Silicon, or whatever we'll call as Sasken Silicon. So everything will build out because we want it to be a focused pure play in silicon design, foundry services, IP-led design. So that is the clear focus that we are going to drive, and anything we do in acquisition or anything will be in that, which will be focused again on silicon design.
Will focus on, growing the Sasken Silicon, but are there more investments planned? Are you looking at more acquisitions to grow this business?
We keep on the lookout. We don't have anything specific now, but if there is something, we'll obviously come back.
And how much do you think your silicon business can contribute 3 years or 5 years down the line? We know the opportunity is immense, but for you, what could it mean in terms of numbers?
I mean, the aggressive growth plans that we are building out is at least 30 plus, 40 plus $million in the next 2 to 3 years.
Right. One final question, Mr. Mody. How are margins looking this quarter? Have they seen an improvement compared to the third quarter? Very quickly, if you can tell us that.
I can't answer. We are in quiet period, and my apologies. I can't answer that question.
All right, Mr. Mody, thank you so much for joining in and sharing with us your views on the acquisition that you've made and the massive opportunity that you see in the silicon design space. That was the management of Sasken Technologies there. The stock recovering from the lowest point of the day as we speak, but trading completely flat as of now. But time for a short break here on Trading Hour. Up next, we get you some market conversations going. Anirudh Garg from Invest at PMS will join us on the other side. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.